Oh, the day is finally over. 11:42 p.m. Got up this morning, trained some horses. Trained all the horses for Saturday. They all trained good. Trained a couple of the other horses up. They seemed good. Everybody seemed good at Northfield. I was happy as I headed over to the Meadows. Not a lot going on this afternoon. I had a few catch drives, but I will stay kind of committed to How the Hell because I want to keep him on the straight and narrow. Although he's not a killer, he's not a monster. I think he's going to come forward and really start to pick up, good checks and good money in that class and the one above it. Now today, I get over there, jogged him. I was happy with the way he warmed up. As I said to Tim, as we start to get this weight off and let these hobbles out a little more, and one of these days he's going to feel real good. I'm going to cut him loose on the front. He's going to go mile 54, 55. He's just starting to round into shape now, and really happy with what I saw from him today. I know he was only fourth, and he looked like he should have been third, maybe a little weak the last 100 yards, but getting better. 56 flat, I think, or maybe 56 and 1 today. But a good mile from How the Hell, and a better mile. He looks like he's getting a little more comfortable in the post parade, in the race, on the gate. I was really happy with the way he's coming, and I know he's quite a ways from any sort of open trot or anything like that. But inch by inch, we're getting him moving forward finally. Now, I drove a couple other horses at the Meadows, and I think I had a win a couple of seconds maybe, and headed back over to Northfield. It was supposed to rain. A chance of rain at the Meadows didn't come. It was supposed to rain all evening at Northfield. Not a drop. So, and even at like 3 o'clock this afternoon, it said it was going to pour rain here. 4, 5, potentially 6 scattered showers, potential of them throughout the evening, and then pour overnight. Not a drop. Now it's supposed to be coming here in a minute. I believe it because you can feel it. You can feel it in the air when it's coming. So some rain coming to Northfield, I believe, today, tomorrow morning, into tomorrow afternoon. Now it's supposed to be sunny again tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Supposed to be sunny tomorrow at the Meadows. So the rest of the evening, I noticed Winter Bells isn't on the calendar. How? I must have missed her. So we had Winter Bells, J-Port Beach Boy, and Watch Your Mouth racing at in Ontario. I thought J-Port Beach Boy was rather flat. I know Mario said he was okay and did his work, and I told him, I said, hey, let me be as clear as I can. We're not racing horses just to race them. If J-Port Beach Boy is not going to be a factor in the Prospect Series, and this is the one thing that even our trainers fall in the habit of, just put them in to go. Just put them in to go. And I have to tell them, there is no point you racing our horses. I do not want to go on the track at 10 to 1. If I go on the track at 10 to 1, you're not doing your job. And that's just the way it is. You're talking with stake races and things. You can never tell with the 2-year-olds. But if we go out in the track a couple of weeks, 3 weeks in a row in the Prospect Series, or the Grassroots or the Gold or whatever, we're in the wrong place. J-Port Beach Boy has done enough. He raced 4 or 5 times this year. He's figured out racing. Let's put him away and try and get him ready for next season. Now, I told Mario, I messaged him. I know we'll talk about it more tomorrow. But I don't want any of the horses going on the track that aren't good fits. Watch Your Mouth is another one. Looked good today. Finished up third. Mario thought that he was a little off right hind. I'll probably talk to Harry about it tomorrow. I'm not really sure. He knows all about the horse, so I'll talk to him about it tomorrow. And then Winter Bells looked like she got out of gear. Now, we have been taping her knees up. Did she touch a knee in that deeper Grand River track? I don't know. I'll talk to Dominic a little bit more. It looked like she was a contender anyway. Problem being there's only 2 Prospect Series classes left. So we'll race her in the last one, and if she gets in the final, great. If she doesn't, then she can go to the field. And I think the one takeaway from all these 2-year-olds you guys have to understand, and I have to tell myself sometimes, is, we're teaching them. We're also setting them up to be effective 3-year-olds, hopefully, right? It goes for all of them. And whether it be J-Port, who is a well-bred horse, there's no problem. He should be able to flip the switch and come forward as a 3-year-old. If he can't, he can't. We'll deal with that. We'll cross that bridge as we come to it, as they say. All we can do is put the work in, race them at 2, teach them, set them up for their sophomore seasons, and then assess and reassess. That's all we can do. And we will. We will do that with the horses. So I have a talk with Mario and Harry about both those colts. And And then the filly, clearly a speed. The night she went in 56, she ran off. She was in with her own tonight and looked very capable. I think if she doesn't get out of gear in the last turn, she's probably second. Maybe takes a run at the leader, but wasn't a bad third. I thought she was okay. So now moving back to Ohio, where we had a little more luck. I really thought, it was funny. Jody had messaged me. I forgot they're not racing tonight, so Jody's probably home watching the races. Maybe James are, or maybe he just caught it on Facebook. I have no idea. But he sent me a message today. You having a great night, pal? And I said, well, it's easy to win when they're 1-5, 3-5. You're going to lose some, but you're going to win a lot of them. So, Born to Dance, didn't pull the earplugs, jogged. Wallop, he ragdolled me a bit. I'll tell you what, Born to Dance and Wallop back to back. Oh, shoulder sore, elbow sore. Not the daily double you want as a driver with a sore wing. No. Wallop ragdolled me pretty good in the post parade, and then there was a weird incident where Luke Ebersol ended up getting unseated from the bike and getting knocked out on the track. They took him to the hospital, and he was okay after. They were running some tests, but he said he was okay, and I'm not really sure what happened. I was, we were walking Wallop up against the fence with the Outrider, and she just released me. I was going to let him trot off down the stretch, just to let him loosen out and thaw out a little bit more. And as she let me go, I just went to change my handhold, and I looked up and I said, loose horse. Horse ran into the maintenance shop, and there's somebody laying on the track. I could see quite quickly it was Luke Ebersol, and I kind of sauntered up alongside him, away from him a bit, and I said, hey, you all right? He was out cold on the track. So thankfully he's okay up now, and they'll run some tests. You just silly things, you never know. I got hurt one time. It was in the post parade. Bob McClure and I, back when Bobby just got his license, I think. And to this day, it was, I bet you it was 10 years ago or more. Yeah, probably more than 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. I remember, clear as a bell, Wayne Hafey, nice gentleman. Wayne Hafey checked the horse's head up, and he said, good luck. I went out in the track, and the next thing I remember, I woke up in an ambulance going into the hospital. They said I was awake on the track. I said, no, you were talking and cracking jokes to the ambulance staff. I don't remember any. To this day, I don't remember any of it. All I remember is going on the track and waking up, the bump going into the driveway, going up the driveway of the hospital. I remember, usually driving onto a driveway, a little bump there. And that's what woke me up. The guy said, I knew everything, what day it was, what was going on. I said, obviously I'm in an ambulance. What's the last thing you remember? Going on the track with Wayne Hafey's horse. They said, you were involved in an accident. So apparently I was changing my handholds, jogging through the post parade. Bob was turning to train, and we hit. And it's looking back on it, it was a little silly, but it just goes to show, these are horses. We are on the track racing giant animals that go very fast, and sometimes things don't go the way you want them to. And I'm glad that Luke is feeling all right. Scary moment, I'm sure it was for me, even though it's not like Luke's my brother or anything, but you see somebody else that drives horses down on the track. It's a scary thing. So glad he's okay. No worse for wear, and he'll be up and driving soon enough. So, as I said, Born to Dance, jogged, Wallop. In the race, though, 2 Fingers, a very gentle horse in the race. Getting him there is he can really pull a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde on you. He is a tough horse to get away cleanly. And once you do, he's fine. But he'll work on that. I think he'll grow to be a better horse going up to the gate and out of the gate. I think that's inevitable. But he jogged also, won quite easily. And then Blanton's Blue, another easy winner with the earplugs in. I think that guy, he's taking a mark now. He's done what we needed him to do it too. Take a mark, raced in stake races, learned to be an okay little horse. Now we'll put him away and bring him back. Somebody said, are we going to maybe move him? I said, well, why? He's still now, at the time, still a maiden. He has ability. He's trotted in 56 at Vernon. I raced him in a sire stake race and was competitive in the race that day at Buffalo or Batavia or wherever the hell we were. No. I think he's going to turn into be a nice 3-year-old. Is he going to race in the Hamiltonian? No. Doesn't have to be. I would consider Austral Hanover a very nice 3-year-old that we just sold. He just went over 100,000 life. Took a mark of 54. pretty competitive, good 3-year-old, and he's going to be a good racehorse for a very long time. Tailgate Buzz, Austral Hanover. We're going to see, these horses racing well into 8, 9, 10 years old. I guarantee you will. Competitive horses. So no, Blanton's Blue, he won the race easy tonight. Earplugs in, jogged. Now we can turn him out. The reason turning him out now is you don't need to win the numbers of 2, numbers of 2, numbers of 3 with them, because when you come back, you have to race the numbers of 4. I would rather win a race, go out in a high note. I think he's made, 18 or 20,000 now. Go out in a high note, turn him out, bring him back. Now he fits the numbers of 2. So Blanton's Blue, I don't think there's much left and much of a reason not to turn him out right now. So he'll likely head to the field at some point. And the only blemish of the entire day, I know that J-Port Beach Boy was a little flat, and Watch Your Mouth is an okay third, but a good third. B. Lisa, beautiful gate. I'm telling you what, we're going by the half. I said, this thing is going to run off. And I really don't know what's going on with her. They said they scoped her last week, and she scoped okay. Was she flipping her pallet? She never makes a noise. She was so strong right to the 5/8 pole and was immediately done. I knew getting into the last turn, I was in big, big, big trouble. This affiliate's trotted 55, won handily in 57, and beautiful, strong gait just doesn't seem to have it right now. And I don't know why. That's the most frustrating part, is when you have a horse that really just walks. Not enough for you to say, oh, maybe she flipped her heart. No, she didn't seem distraught or in any distress. I jogged her back to the barn, put her on the cross ties, helped him take the earplugs and hobbles off. She was in no distress. So a little bit of an enigma in that regard, but hopefully we can get to the bottom of it. She did start racing poor when we put her on Lasix. Is that a component? Is that causing a problem? I've heard of it. It's happened. Certainly something. It's not lameness. Man, she felt some strong coming to the half. I was never so sure I was going to win a race, and never so sure I wasn't, all in a quarter of a mile. As we started in the backstretch, I thought she was an absolute lock, and as we got to the end of the backstretch, I knew I wasn't getting a check. So we have to figure out what went on in that eighth of a mile spot, and obviously not just that eighth of a mile, but what happened? Where'd the power go? There's got to be a reason for it. So I'll talk to Dr. Testa. The problem is with her, she's hard to scope. She rears up, and she's a goofball. Put the tongue tie on her. She can be a real cow about it sometimes. I got it on her tonight. You just have to be patient. She'll rear up. Wait till she comes back down. Grab her tongue. But it's not that easy with a scope, right? You can't scope a horse that's rearing up. You may have to actually tranquilize her a little bit to scope her, but we need to know what went on. Was there bruising in the palate? Was there redness? That's a frustrating thing too. Even if we wanted to right now, it'd be hard to scope her, but can't scope her. There's no one around at midnight. Can't really blame the vets for not being here at midnight. So B. Lisa, the only blemish of today, for the most part, was B. Lisa. What went on with her? And if there's no answers for these questions, I'll pose a new question. Would she look better in somebody else's barn? She's got a slick gait. I'm just shocked that, and I'm not sure. It's something. She tried at 55. She jogged in 57. It is something. So let's find out what it is. Now on to tomorrow, man. A lot of power going tomorrow. Stay Close is in a good spot, pick to win. I Forbid You drew 9, although she did win out of the 7 hole, but drew 9 tomorrow. They're going to test her tomorrow. I think of Galaxies is in tomorrow. She was given the 6 hole. 1 through, if you look on the top of the program, 1 through 5 drawn, 6 assigned. They gave her the outside post. So, it sucks, but fair, I think. Then we got 5 fish species. I know there's a little discussion about 5 fish species. She doesn't belong in there. Maybe we shouldn't race her in there 6 days before the final. And my answer is simple. I'm just going to leave it up to Megan. She's 7-2 morning line, and she is in tough fine, but she is racing really, really well. So we'll see what happens with the old fishy tomorrow. And then we got our boys tomorrow night, Mel Gibbswan and Mounds for All. Trace picked off of Mel Gibbswan, so we got Ricky McCumber, and Mounds for All Trace did take. So we have on the calendar, it's going to be a process. We have 7 horses in to go tomorrow, and lots more coming up after that. Friday, Saturday is going to be a big, 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 big day for us. a lot of horses racing for a lot of money. We also have, in the Charlie Hill, we also have Kings County racing on Saturday evening. So I don't know how much money you're racing for, but it's a lot. So hopefully everybody races as well as they trained this week. We are in good shape heading in. Best we can be. Phillies again. And Gypsy, I wish we had been able to sneak into the Buckeye final and the consolation, but it wasn't to be. Gypsy trained very, very good today. So did Purple. So did Sedona yesterday. They're firing on all cylinders heading into Saturday, so we can only do what we can do. Now, also on Saturday, Patrick got in, J.K. Mickey Mantle got in, and they opened the class up and let Cupid Express back in. I can't go there. Races start at 5 at Scioto. I talked to Brady Brown today. He's going to drive all 3 of those horses. I talked to him about them. I'll talk to him about the Patrick again. It's just a little funny going up to the gate. He roots his head. Just, you can put him right on it, but I would just rather feed him into it. But all 3 of those horses are coming around now. Mickey Mantle was good the other day. I said to him, I wouldn't expect him to jog on Saturday, but if you put him in a good spot, I think you'll be happy with the way he races. The other 2 horses got a really good shot, so we'll see how that plays out. Now, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I am done for the evening. Get in the house, put everything in the washing machine, and do it all again tomorrow. With that, I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful Thursday. I hope you had a great Wednesday. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.